in Sydney living more than 5 million people. Sydney is in the southeast of Australia and directly at the ocean. This means there are more than 100 beaches in Sydney and close to the city. The Opera House is the most known building of Sydney. It was built in around 14 years. The architect is coming from Denmark. Its name is Bjørn Utzon. The language most widely spoken in Sydney is English, followed by Vietnamese, Arabic, Cantonese, Mandarin and Greek. There are over 250 languages spoken across the city. But the Opera House is not the only building you should see. Sydney has one of the tallest steel arch bridges in the world. It is the Sydney Harbour Bridge. If you are in the time of May to June in Sydney, you must visit the Festival of Lights. It is vivid Sydney, and don't miss it. Sydney is one of the most global cities in the world. Over 1/3 of its population was born overseas, and around half of Sydney's citizens are first- and second-generation immigrants. If we talk about buildings, we should not forget the Sydney Tower. Sydney is the first major city which is welcoming the new year. The oldest house in Sydney is the Cadman's Cottage. It was built in 1916. You can see it in the Rocks neighborhood. You know the Matrix movies? Or Independence Day movie? Both have filming locations in Sydney, and there are many more movies made here. The iconic Sydney Fish Market is the largest market of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere, and the third largest in the world. The length of Sydney is 1,580 kilometers from end to end. That's twice as big as New York City. Aboriginals have lived in the Sydney area for around 30,000 years, research has found.
If you like our content, please subscribe, like, and share.